So how old were you again when you started guitar?
I was 10 years old.
10 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you've loved it ever since. And
Yeah.
the beginning, when you're beginning the guitar or any instrument, it's so difficult.
It
What
is.
kept you going?
Especially when you're a kid, all you want to do is play outside, especially in Cuba that we go around in the neighborhood and we play. And then I had to do homework, regular school homework, math, geography, Spanish in Cuba, and then plus doing theory, musicology, practice your instrument. And I was very hyper when I was a little girl, so I didn't want to practice at all. So my mom had to, put me, to practice. But yeah, it kept me, the passion for Christ, so I can, share the gospel through music. So that's one of the main reasons why I kept doing music. One, I love it, and second,
So you moved to the U.S. when you were 16?
When I was 16, yeah.
And you began studying with a teacher?
Yeah, I met my previous professor, Rafael Padron. He's also Cuban. I met him when I recently moved from Cuba. I went to a conservatory where he was, teaching, and then he was my professor for 11 years. And then I went to the University of Miami. I did my bachelor's, master, and artist diploma with him. And then I was blessed enough to apply at Eastman with Dr. Nicholas Goulousis, which is one of the greatest blessings that I have. So he's my current professor at Eastman.
Tell me a bit about the Frost School. That's a wonderful.
It is a wonderful.
It's a wonderful town, and
And
you were there for the 4 years.
I was there for 6, 4 for bachelor's, 2 for master's, and 1 for artist diploma. So yeah, I spent quite a lot of time over there, but it was amazing. Yeah, they have such a good program for classical musicians, and then the guitar program is building up very quickly. So yeah, I was fortunate enough to be there.
In your years at Frost, what kind of repertoire were you performing?
Well, a lot of repertoire, and I did a lot of chamber music, because sometimes as a classical guitarist, we used to perform by ourselves all the time, but I always been encouraged by my professors to do chamber music because you can learn from other instruments, especially from woodwind, that they have to, use their breathing technique in order to produce a sound. Sometimes when you're a pianist or a violinist or a plucked instrument as a guitarist, you don't need air to produce a sound. Sometimes when you finish performing, you say, why am I out of breath? Because you haven't taken a breath for 4 minutes. So, playing and collaborating with other instruments was my main, experience over there.
Really? And what kind of chamber music calls for a guitar?
Well, I did Piazzolla, I did Vivaldi, I did Bach, I did, what other... many other composers that, that wrote for guitar and arrangements for guitar.
Did you do any of the Bach lute concertos?
Oh, no, but I did some other stuff with a cellist, and I also did the faya with a cellist, and then a percussionist, and then other Brazilian music, percussion and cello as well. So I love that.
Yeah, I love the Vivaldi lute concertos.
Yeah.
One in particular, number 5.
And I did the D major concerto Vivaldi. So yeah.
And the second, is that the one where the second movement has a... That one. That's my very favorite piece of all, actually.
Oh, for real?
It's a wonderful piece.
Yeah, it's kind of short, but it's beautiful, yeah.
There's something magical about it. It used to be the theme song, quote unquote, for a late night radio program in Boston when I was growing up, and it would always start with that piece. And I never forgot it. I still listen to it.
Yeah, it's just beautiful, and it's very fun to play it.
Yeah. And then you were off to Eastman, where you are now.
Yeah, I love it there as well.
And you're getting your PhD there.
My DMA, actually.
DMA.
Yeah, DMA, which is not that... intellectual, like like a PhD, but it's a
no,
doctoral
it's a
program.
performance degree.
Performance
it's like
degree.
a doctorate in
Doctorate
performance.
in performance, yeah.
And what pieces are you working on for that?
Well, I have been doing a lot of stuff. I recently did the Giuliani Concerto, which is the one that I'm doing tonight, the second movement.
Which concerto? Ginebra?
Giuliani, Mario Giuliani.
Don't know.
Yeah, an Italian composer from the classical period. And then I'm doing tonight the Siciliana, which is the slow movement. It's just a dance, which is beautiful. And then the first and the third movement are more like upbeat, a little bit faster. But yeah, it's just a beautiful concerto, very demanding, very, very demanding. It's just like Mozart, that it sounds very easy for pianists. Sounds easy, but it's very difficult to play because if you messed up, everyone will notice that you messed up. There's no way that you can hide it.
And it's with the string ensemble?
Yeah.
Well, as we just said, nothing is easy.
Nothing is easy, yeah.
And so you'll soon get your degree.
Hopefully with God help.
And then what's the future like for you?
Well, I'm praying for management, for a manager to support me because I don't want to be a professor 100% of the time. I want to perform, I want to travel, and and concertize. So that's my main goal after school, to get a management.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Have you had much experience using social media like YouTube to try to get?
I have my social media.
Are you on YouTube?
I'm on YouTube. I have Instagram as well. So, but yeah, I'm praying for that.
Yeah. Well, being a concert guitarist is difficult.
It is.
Because there aren't many who've done it. Obviously, we can name a few. Julian Bream, if you know the name.
Yeah.
Segovia, but you can name them really.
David Russell, Manu Barreco. Yeah.
So it's a challenge.
It is.
But I haven't heard you play. But there's something about you which makes me think that you're going to achieve it. And of course, you're in the city with managers. There's a manager on every block here, so maybe you'll find one.
Who knows? I'm knocking on every door, and let's see which one is the one for me.
Mm-hmm. Have you been speaking to managers? Have anybody expressed a little bit of interest?
Yeah, Robert Berreta, Opus 3 management.
Mm-hmm.
So,
what's the name?
Robert Berreta, I think.
Uh-huh.
I'm not 100% sure if I'm pronouncing the.
But you're still talking with him?
I just spoke to him this weekend because I didn't have the chance to talk to him before. But yeah, at the moment there's nothing available. But I don't lose hope because I always strive for the impossible because I have the God of the impossible things. So he can open the door for me if he wants to.
Have you put together in your own mind recital programs that you would do?
Yeah, I've been.
If someone said to you, "Well, you're on in Detroit tomorrow night for a full-length recital," do you know what you would do?
Yeah, I just did my last DMA recital at Eastman, October 21st, and I did some Spanish music plus the concerto, the full Giuliani concerto, and I did a hymn with a wonderful singer as well. So, yeah, I'm ready. I think I'm ready. So, whether I'm not, who knows? But yeah, I believe that I'm ready to do that.
Good. Well, you have a spark, and I think you'll find somebody to ignite it. And I wish you the best of luck. And I can't wait to see you tonight.
Thank you. Thank you so much for your time. It's been a pleasure being here and meeting you.
Thank you very much. I think the pleasure was all mine.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's just wait a moment there. We really need that D. We need that D. Again, you have the D.
I don't think it's going to use much.
So you guys have the D. You.
have you here. Here at Carnegie Hall, you'll be playing tonight at the Weill Recital Hall.
Yes.
Are you excited?
Yes, I am.
But you've played some competitions before, I understand. Where have you performed? What sort of competitions?
I have done the American Fine Arts Festival, and I've played for, I've come to the Carnegie that time too.
So you played at Zenkel, I think,
Yes, I have.
Recital Hall, and you did pretty well. What piece did you play?
I played Chopin.
Concerto?
No, I played just Chopin, but I don't remember the name of the piece.
Right, so you played a solo piano piece by Chopin.
Yes.
Wow, Chopin is a very beautiful, wonderful composer, as I don't have to tell you, but difficult music.
Yes.
If you can just do the beginning, so in order to understand the tempi, yeah.
How long have you been playing the piano?
I've been playing, I started when I was about 4 years old, and I'm 10 right now, so about 6 years.
I see. And so when you started playing at 4, you're sitting at the piano for the very first time. For you, it was a long time ago in your life. Do you remember at all your feelings about playing, and what made you want to keep playing the piano? Because it's a very hard instrument.
Yes, it is, but I love listening to people play it, and I love how pressing the keys, and I love the noise to it. It's very beautiful.
Okay. When you are doing the triplets, if you give just a little accent to each triplet, that's probably better. I don't know if you want to start right there or you want to. Do you have measure number? If you want to start from measure 40. Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
Maestro,
Yes.
in 52 and 53, can you do the ritenuto?
Yeah, no problem.
Okay.
No, I could understand now better. As long as you keep it more in time from 46, I can follow you very well. Instead of doing like cadenza-like, instead of cadenza-like, more like in time, like you did the second time I asked you. That's very good.
Yeah. Now you say you listen to other people playing. I mean, recordings.
Yes.
Do you have any particular recordings that really inspired you? Any pianists?
Yes, I like Martha Argerich. Martha Argerich.
Martha Argerich. Oh, really? Yeah, she's phenomenal. Any other pianists that
I also like Vladimir Horowitz.
he lived right up the street.
Oh, really?
Yes, he lived in New York. I think for the whole last part of his life, and he played at Carnegie Hall, where you'll be playing. He played in the bigger hall. I'm not sure he played too much in our hall, but it's still Carnegie Hall. Yeah. And what about Horowitz? So you heard his recordings.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what about Horowitz's playing attracts you?
I love his dynamics.
Have you seen him play on tape concertos?
Yes, I've seen him play my concerto. Not this one, but other of my concertos.
And which concerto?
Mozart concerto in A major.
Oh, 20, is that 21 or 23? Yeah. Whatever. So you liked him in a piano concerto by Mozart, and you play it.
Yes, I do.
I see. And what piece are you playing tonight?
I'm playing Poland Concerto in A minor.
Uh-huh. Which concerto?
Poland Concerto in A minor.
I see, yeah. That's exciting. And how long have you been practicing that piece?
For about 3. So I played this piece last December for the Sound Espressivo, and then now I have to play it again. So I've been practicing for about 3 weeks.
Wow.
Yeah, good. Keep on going.
Okay.
What other concertos do you know? You know the Mozart you mentioned,
Yes.
the A major.
Yeah, and I've also played the Haydn Concerto in D major.
Wow, that's also a beautiful concerto.
Yes.
Yeah, and what concertos would you like to play that maybe you don't quite know how to play yet? Do you have any favorites that you'd like to someday play? Maybe you've heard a recording?
I've only really never. I like the. I'm not really sure that I like the Ravel Concerto.
Oh, yeah. That's a beautiful piece too.
Yeah.
You know that he also wrote a piece for one hand.
Really?
Yes, he wrote it for a friend who lost an arm in the war, and so he wrote a piece for the concerto for left hand. Yeah, and if I bet I played it for you, you never would have guessed because he was such a genius composer. I'm glad you like Ravel. But the concerto you mentioned, that's also a beautiful piece too. Yeah, and so now I know you're only 10 years old, so you don't know about the future. But would you like to keep playing the piano and maybe you think someday have a career?
I would love to.
Yeah, at the end, it's written here, the orchestra ends a little earlier than you.
Oh, okay.
So you keep a while longer. That's what's written here. Very good. Do you have any questions?
Yes. For the page,
No page. Measure number.
I mean measure 69.
Okay.
Can you?
Let me just get there. Okay.
You can start with the ritenuto.
Yeah, you don't worry about it. So here the orchestra is la re la so ti pa. You just hear us and then you should be fine. Okay.
And measure 18. For measure 218.
218.
Yes.
Give me a second. Yeah, okay.
Between the notes E and G sharp,
Right.
I will not be able to look at you, so I will do a cue. So can you also cue me?
as long as you are going in time, we are together. And then you do più mosso. I could understand what you were doing.
All right.
understanding